Long ago, in the city of Jericho, a blind man named Bartimaeus sat by the roadside. He could not see the beauty of the world, and every day he begged for mercy from those passing by. Jericho was a busy city, full of travelers, merchants, and townspeople going about their day. But on the side of the road sat Bartimaeus, a blind man who spent his days begging for help. Bartimaeus, dressed in worn-out clothes, sits with his hands outstretched, listening to the sounds of the bustling crowd. One day, Bartimaeus heard something different, a crowd, voices filled with excitement. People were whispering and shouting. Crowd, whispering, "Jesus of Nazareth is coming." Bartimaeus' heart raced. He had heard stories of Jesus the healer, the miracle worker. He knew this was his only chance. Bartimaeus, shouting, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." But the crowd was not kind. They turned to him and rebuked him. Crowd with anger, "Be quiet, beggar. Stop shouting." But Bartimaeus refused to be silent. He cried out even louder, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." And then, something amazing happened. Jesus stopped. Jesus gently called him. The same crowd that had silenced him now turned to him with different words. "Cheer up. He's calling you." Bartimaeus jumped to his feet. He threw his old cloak aside, the cloak he had always relied on, and rushed to Jesus. Jesus looked at Bartimaeus with love and kindness. "What do you want me to do for you?" Bartimaeus, with tears in his eyes, lifted his face toward Jesus and said, "Rabbi, I want to see." Jesus smiled and said, "Go, your faith has healed you." In an instant, Bartimaeus opened his eyes. For the first time in his life, he could see the colors of the sky, the faces in the crowd, and most of all the face of Jesus. Filled with joy and gratitude, Bartimaeus did not return to the roadside to beg. Instead, he followed Jesus, walking in newfound faith and sight. Bartimaeus was no longer just a blind beggar. He was a man who saw the light. This is the story of blind Bartimaeus, the man who believed, the man who cried out, and the man who was healed by faith. Sometimes, we find ourselves in situations that seem impossible to escape. The voices of family members, friends, colleagues, and even doctors may say, "There's no hope, prepare yourself." But remember blind Bartimaeus. He didn't give up. He cried out to Jesus, again and again, refusing to be silenced. So, don't just cry out, make your request known today. Jesus is asking, "What do you want me to do for you?" The same people who rejected you, shut you down, and cast you aside will one day recognize your worth. The same marriage that seemed broken beyond repair can be restored with sincerity and love. Jesus is still asking, "What do you want me to do for you?" And when you receive your breakthrough, when your healing, restoration, and recognition come, don't return to the wrong path. Stay with Jesus. See the light. Cry out. Make your request with faith. And hear his words, "Go, your faith has healed you." Amen.